My second income stream is coaching. So I'm a certified transformational life coach, and I have moved my business from in-person coaching to now creating a business online where I now take my client coaching sessions over Zoom. I host my webinars, my interviews with specialists over Zoom. And my guest speaking is now gone from doing it in person to now live on Zoom or Facebook and Instagram. So I build my clientele in two ways. The first one is my network. So I grow my business quite organically. My business is fully based on referrals. My clients take a real value from our sessions, then they share their breakthroughs and their transformation with other people. And these people are then really inspired and intrigued to learn more. And my clients then refer these people to me. And that's how my business has grown organically. The second thing is social media. So, business runs in the digital space and has been for the last 5 to 10 odd years. And that's been, the case even pre-COVID. I think the one thing to really highlight is that as a result of this pandemic, there is now a lot more focus on social media because everyone is now on their phones and that's how they stay connected with people. And I think now the only difference is that you have a bigger size of audience who are on social media, and there's more opportunity to be connected with other people. So I've leveraged my social media platforms to connect with people, connect with new people, and stay connected with my existing audience. And I think that it's really important to highlight that it's not about the number of followers you get or the number of likes you get. It's about the impact that you can make. And I do that by sharing my webinars with my clients, sharing interviews that I run with specialists, and also, as mentioned before, like my guest speaking in corporate and social events. One of the main challenges that I faced when starting up my business was the courage and confidence. I think one thing that's easily overlooked from like a business standpoint is the personal challenges. And I think when starting something new, it's always a bit scary because, you don't know if it's going to be successful. You don't know if it's going to work. You don't know if it's going to be sustainable. You don't know what's going to come. And those are all valid concerns. I think what's important is taking that step and having all those noises in your head kind of just parked to the side, because they're always going to be there. But when you take that first leap of faith and take that step of courage, you realize looking back that it wasn't actually that scary. And I know that for me, starting up this coaching business, which has always been a dream of mine, came with a little bit of noise. And yes, I had the concern, was it going to work or not? But because it was something I was so passionate about, I just kind of went head on. And now looking back, I'm grateful that I did it. And I think, one thing to really be aware of and acknowledge is that that noise will be there, but it's just about taking that step. The second thing is balance. Now, I think another thing that's really important is finding that balance that works for you. And I don't just mean, if you're starting this on the side, I mean, not just the balance between your work, your day job, and you being an entrepreneur. I mean, also finding the right balance that's good for your mental well-being and physical well-being. So, are you eating well? Are you exercising? Are you socializing? Are you taking out time for yourself? And I know for me, it took a few months to find the balance that was right for me, because exercising is equally as important for me. Eating well, taking that downtime. It's easy to fall into the trap, especially for me, to use the extra time that I might have in the evening to work on my business, as opposed to kind of wind down and detach. But after a few months, I found that balance, and it's a constant thing. I'm constantly recalibrating myself because there's always something new or something else that comes up. So it's just being really mindful of that and very aware of that. And then I think finally, and probably most important, is human connection. So with COVID, my business has now moved completely online. And whilst that works effectively in so many ways, I think you can never really take away from human interaction. And I think that this is something that's going to be hugely transformational in the economy in the future. But I think it's really important to understand that, especially in the coaching world, there's nothing quite like the intimacy or connectedness that you can create when you're in person with someone. And so one challenge that's kind of ongoing for me at the moment is, am I going to keep my business completely online? Or am I going to move back to, a partial kind of in person and online, or completely back in person? I think, to reemphasize, human interaction is really important, and it's going to be key, especially in the coaching business or the coaching world, to find that new balance in this digital world. So initially there was an imbalance, and that was mainly due to a lack of organization and time management. But as with everything, it's just a case of finding what works right for you. And after a couple of months of juggling my corporate job with being an entrepreneur, I realized that what really works for me is working in the morning. I myself am a morning person. And so I wake up very early. I go to the gym, get my exercise done. And then I get to work a few hours on my business. And that goes from sales, marketing, operations, even my coaching one-to-one sessions. They're all done in the morning, so that by the time I need to log on for work, I've done a little bit of my business. Again, I'm not saying that the answer is do everything in the morning. I think what's important is finding what works well for you. And in doing that, it's not just about trying to fit everything in the diary. It's about finding a schedule that works for you and saying no when it doesn't. Going forward. Yes, definitely. This second income stream isn't just another way for me to make money. Sure, it's a byproduct, but it's not my focal point. Coaching is a passion of mine, and the ambition is to continue expanding and establishing my business where I can really support others in overcoming their challenges, in discovering a fulfilling life. That's my focal point. And I think it's really important to highlight that generating another income stream happens when you commit. I think when you commit wholeheartedly, it's really difficult to stop moving forward when you have a setback or a failure or a mistake. I think when you find your passion, commitment shows up regardless of failure or mistakes or setbacks. And I think that's what creates a second income: commitment and passion.